Hey folks, welcome back to the Rocking C Homestead. My name's Lance and welcome to our channel. This is Noel, by the way, and little Molly may jump in here in a second. But we were tagged on a video that had to do with what are the 5 things you did in 2018 for your homestead. So Little Jordan Farm tagged us, and I think it originally started from Practical Modern Homestead, so I'll link those channels down below. But definitely appreciate being tagged in. We were going to do a video similar to this, so it just kind of worked out for us. So awesome, thank you. So the 5 things we did in 2018. Number 1 is we got goats. So it was one of Marcy's big goal to get goats. The year before we got chickens, made sure we can handle that, so we ended up getting 2 goats, and then we ended up getting 2 more goats, and then now we got 2 more goats. But I think our goat herd is set for breeding, milking, babies, all that kind of fun stuff for this year. So, baby goats. Number 2, we built out a second chicken coop and run. So when we hatched out little chickens, we could separate the older birds from the younger birds, and they can have free range for a whole setup there. They can be outside, they can be inside. And it's really worked out great. We had a great time building it, and it gives them plenty of shade and protection from rain and all that kind of fun stuff. Number 3, we planted some raised beds for some herb gardens, some very small ones, and we did a little bit of flowers in one, and they turned out awesome. We grew oregano, sage, basil, thyme. We did some chives, onion chives and garlic chives, and some mint, and all those things turned out really good. Not only did we do that for the spring and summertime, we also planted some for the fall. So once the mint died out, we pulled the mint out, and we replanted that with spinach and lettuce. The spinach didn't turn out very well, but the lettuce is rocking. So we even planted a fall garden in it a little bit. So we're happy with that. Number 4, we started a YouTube channel. And we think we've grown pretty well. We're like 356, something like that, subscribers at this point. So, especially when you first start off, you think that's such a high number that you'll never reach. So we're, feel very pleased and blessed by getting 350 people to say yes on that subscribe button. So hopefully more in the future, but great start for 2018. Number 5, and my favorite, is we got a tractor. So we could do more tractor-y things here around the homestead. So, I know it's helped us move some dirt and helped us stretch some fence, even though the fencing companies say don't stretch it with your tractor. But it helped us do those things. It definitely helps us when we're doing those type of projects around the homestead, and definitely going to even help even more in 2019 as we move forward. So goals for 2019. Number 1 is going to be, and the one that we're going to start on first, is building some raised beds for a full-on garden. We don't know how big or what dimensions we're going to put them at yet. We're still trying to figure that out. We know where we're going to put them, but we definitely want to plant a garden and plant the things we're going to eat at this least for right now, at least things we think we're going to eat. So if we can grow some squash, some tomatoes, there's a couple other things we talked about, but definitely going to try to keep it with what we think we can handle, and definitely with what we think we can eat here on our homestead or give it to families and friends. Number 2 is we're going to be milking goats this year. So at some point this year, Marcy's going to be milking a goat. Or actually probably going to be me, not Marcy. But I'll be milking a goat. So with that comes baby goats, which are very cute, and everybody likes watching little baby goats. Number 3 is we'd built a fire pit out in front of the house. And Marcy, well, let me step back here. So we built a fire pit out in front of the house, and we put like that river rock pebbles and stuff around it. It looked all pretty, and we didn't kind of enclose it in anything. So our front area of our land and property kind of wash over that. So it's covered about that much in red dirt right now with all those rock pebbles and stuff are. So what we want to do is go in and rock all the way around it, kind of have a big ring, and then kind of work that into a path all up to the house with some kind of other rock or gravel or something like that. So it's nice and and smooth going up all the way to the fire pit, and you don't have to step in mud and those kind of things. So Mama wants her ring of fire. Number 4, and this is I think this is doable for us. It's a stretch, but it's doable. So by the middle of summer or sometime around in that time frame, we want to sit down at least once a week and have a meal that is produced, or mainly produced, or made with items that we've either harvested, grown, etc., from our property, or maybe from my parents' property, where I may, have harvested a deer or something like that, bring it back, have some deer with our dinner. But, to us, that's one step closer to that self-sufficiency and all those other things, the reason why we started homesteading. So slow baby steps for us. We're taking it slow, but I think 1 meal a week is doable for us. So number 5, and this is a stretch goal for us because I have to talk Marcy into it. It's getting a batch of meat chickens and doing a batch of meat chickens. Now, we've sent a couple of our roosters to freezer camp, and we've had a couple of them, and they're great, but we haven't really solely said these are meat chickens, these are what we're going to do with them. It just happened to be that we just have an overabundance of roosters, and you can't give those away on Craigslist. So we felt that was the best thing to do for them. Our goats are for milking, and our chickens right now are for laying eggs. So we don't have meat goats or those kind of things. So for the most part, we have not really dived into the whole getting animals for meat for your property. So this may be the first step into that. We'll see. I'll bring you along if I can talk her into maybe 10 or 20 meat chickens for this year. I think she'll like it. They're good. So we definitely have some more plans for 2019, but these are kind of our top 5 goals. And again, hopefully you're going to come back and watch more as we bring you along to all of these goals that hopefully we're meeting and setting, and maybe some of the other ones that aren't even on here. But if you haven't already, there's a little button down here that says subscribe. Click on that. Subscribe to our channel. Kick that notification bell, because sometimes YouTube doesn't actually send you notifications that we have new content out. But with that, it will. But guys, I just totally appreciate you guys coming along this journey with us. Like I said in one of our things we did for 2018, this channel has grown way farther than we thought it would have. Again, we'd like to go bigger and better and all those kind of things. So definitely, we want to bring you along. And from Noel and I, we'll catch you on the next one.